Typically, a neuron has the four regions that includes the cell body, the dendrite region, the axon, and parasynaptic terminals. Here in this diagram, you can see clearly all these three different parts. So this round surface, this is the cell body, and in other words, we call it as a soma. Is a cell body which contains all the cell organelles and the nucleus. From this cell body, there arise some branching network of the dendrites. So these are the receptive part of the neurons. So they receive all the inputs from the receptors or from the adjacent neuron, and then that information is transmitted or encoded into the form of the electrical current. That electrical current reaches towards this tapering end of the neuron that is called the axon hillock. Axon hillock then generates an action potential. Action potential is that electrical current that is conducted along the length of the neuron and passed on towards the end. And this elongated part, this is what we know as the axon of the neuron. And finally, there are some terminals which are called synaptic terminals, and they are responsible for transmitting that electrical conduct from one end to the dendrites of the another neuron. Right, so there are basically four parts: cell body, dendrites, axon, and presynaptic terminals. Each region has its own particular functions. So the dendrites are the short, tapering, and diffusing branched processes that receive the electrical signals, and then they input the region to the neuron. Electrical signals are conveyed as a form of the gradient potential, right? So these are not action potentials, and once we reach towards the electrical conductivity of the neuron section, I will explain what is the difference between the gradient potential and the action potential. Basically, gradient potentials are the short range minute electrical sparks that add up together to initiate the action potential or transmission of the nerve impulse. Axons, on the other hand, are the cylinder processes of uniform diameter arising from the hillock, and it transmits the message from the cell body towards the end or towards the axon terminals. Many axons join together to make a nerve. Normally there is only a single branched or unbranched axon present, but if sometimes there is a branches present, as in this diagram you see this is a branch of an axon, this is called a collateral branch, right, or axon collaterals. And finally, the axon terminals, the axon ends at these terminals, which transmits the neurotransmitters, which release the neurotransmitters. Those neurotransmitters comes out from this axon terminals and enters into the dendrites of another neuron, and hence the conductivity of the impulse carries on. And now the point to notice here is that the axon, which is yellowish line in this diagram, is wrapped around this bluish membrane-like structures. These are the myelin sheath formed by the Schwann cells or oligodendrocytes. So the function of the axon is to generate and transmit the action potential, and then secrete the neurotransmitters, as I have already explained it in the earlier slide.